Well, one big thing that we're looking for is pace. I think pace and then our defensive intensity and understanding of concepts are two things that we're really hoping are in full effect to start the game.
How much then for that pace would help? I know we talked to Brittany and Chrislyn. The thing they talked about Sam Houston State is that team needs to go up pace a lot. So will that help you guys kind of get into that new type of mode game one?
Yeah, well, I don't want us to count on them to get into what we want to do. We want to force them into our pace. They do like to get up and down a lot, which is good. You know, both teams, it should be a pretty high-octane game in terms of pace, up and down. But we want to force them into our pace very quickly.
Outside of kind of the pace of Sam Houston State, what else have you noticed about them on tape?
Yeah, well, they're a team that's they go deep into their bench. They don't lose a lot. They're bringing in the same type of player. They're a team that's going to drive. They have some kids that can shoot the three very well. But I think just their tenaciousness is something. Their tenacity is something that we have noticed on film, and you know they're going to be relentless going after rebounds and things like that.
Talking about pace, how beneficial can a Chrislyn Carr be because she's so fast and she's going to be managing and operating your offensive system for her to be able to kind of bring those guys along with her and kind of maintain that level?
Yeah, well, it starts with her, and she knows that. And I think that she will be the fastest player on the floor Thursday night, and we want that to be on full display. So it's important that she attacks at the angles we want her to attack, and the open floor we really want her to attack. The thing we want her to put a lot of pressure on the defense to draw a secondary defender. Those are things that she's very capable of doing every night, regardless of the opponent. So I want to see her growth and maturity from last year really show right away in this first game.
What would be your immediate goal for Boogie coming into game one?
Yeah,
I mean, how do you hope to use her?
she brings a lot to the table. Her competitive fight, her competitive drive and spirit, the intangibles. I want her to just, play within herself, get in the flow, not put pressure on herself. It's not necessary. Just, it's her first game at this level, but just to really get in the flow of things and be who she is, because her natural ability and skill set will be superior at times, and we want that to just show naturally.
And what about an Emma who, going to be somebody who's going to be used a lot, kind of as like a post forward, I guess? I mean, what's your expectation for her and the way she can kind of help Brittany a little bit inside?
Yeah, I think, with her, we're looking at a couple different things, as you said. Her versatility, she can go outside and shoot threes with the best of them. I mean, she is an outstanding three-point shooter. She can also get down low with her size. She's somebody that will be able to relieve Brittany at times at the 5 spot, so she'll play the 4 and the 5. And then when she's at the basket, just her speed and agility is something that I think will help around the basket.
How much did CC and Britt get from playing on Team USA this summer that you have seen?
Yeah, I think just maturity is a big one. Experience jumps out at you, but the maturity on the floor, having played at that level with other elite caliber players, and to be able to bring that back, I think leadership, poise, experience are things that really they took away from USA basketball.
Talked to all the girls today, and they said that there's a little difference between Marlene Stallings in year 1 and Marlene Stallings in year 2. What do you think that difference is?
What did they say it was?
The expectations, the not taking any flack from anybody.
Did you guys get that on camera? I was able to ask him a question. That was good. And you answered. Thank you. But no, I think just, the level of talent is better. So I think, we're able to coach more X and O type stuff and less fundamental skill. I think that's something that's been really fun and exciting. But just we're able to get to that next step faster, and we're able to coach more of the schematics and less on fundamental paths or something like that.
On the back of your shirt it says M2M. That's got to mean something. What does that mean?
Yeah, so it stands for our Movement to March, which we also have on our bands, and we're giving away 1,000 of these Thursday night. So come out and get your free exclusive band. You cannot buy these anywhere. But our team came up with that in the off season. It's really a mentality to focus on getting to postseason play in March, and it's something they're really committed to. So we logoed it and put it on a lot of stuff, and it's a daily reminder that this team is focused day by day on the culmination of what it takes to get to March, which is day by day, game by game success, and ultimately getting us to postseason play.
We heard from the players kind of how the excitement's been building, especially when you have to sit back and watch other teams play. Same thing for the coaches, or do you like that extra prep time?
Well, I like the extra prep, and we, even though everybody's played a week ahead of us, we obviously started practice a week later too. So the exact timeline equals out because of NCAA rules. So while other teams have played, our practice is the same as theirs was to start last week, if that makes sense. So we've not practiced any additional, but it is nice to see the other teams on film and to be able to prepare for them, prior to us having played. I like the fact that we get extra prep for them. Yes, absolutely.
Sam Houston's another team that has a second-year coach turning things around. From that aspect, what do you see the similarities between you guys and them?
Yeah, I've been impressed with their grit and toughness. I mean, they play hard, and that comes from leadership, that comes from the top, and I think that's probably been real impressive in terms of Coach Justin's first couple of years there and what she's been able to do with that program and getting them back on top. And they had a great season last year in terms of a rebuild. I mean, they won 11 games in conference play, 17 overall, so a team that knows how to win.
I know that we talked about the new players, but I don't want to miss an opportunity to ask about Coach Vaughn and Coach Willis and the difference that they've made on your staff this year.
Yeah, just they've really elevated in a lot of ways. The thing that they bring to the table is maturity and experience, and at this Big 12 power level. Malik has already coached in the conference prior to. Coach Elisha's been at places like Tennessee when Pat Summitt was there. Most recently, Michigan State, a perennial top 25 program. So I think just that caliber of maturity, experience, intellect, they bring a lot to the table all across the board.
I'm curious, whenever you come into a program, obviously from your past programs you've been at, you have proof of success. But is it nice still to have that 1 year of improvement to be able to show players here that, look, it works everywhere. It worked for Bennett, but it works here as well? Well,
it's imperative. I mean, when you come in, you've got to start the transition and the flip. And when you're taking a program that's been down, in this case, 2 7-win seasons in the last 5 years prior to our arrival, it's really important that they understand the cultural piece before you can do anything else. And that's what you saw last year. I mean, we had the double of the win total, the second biggest turnaround of a BCS program, but we also within that, we were able to clean up a lot of things and show them how you have to behave on a daily basis in terms of the holistic approach to be successful. And the wins will come. And within that, you had the 10 single-digit losses that we want to turn into wins this year. So you're that close as you're building. So I think just all those things, the belief is there. The 3 returners that carried us last year understand it and know it at a very high level.
Sydney talked about the toughness that she thinks will lead to more turnarounds in those last 5 minutes. Is that something that you guys have been preaching from day one of the offseason?
Yeah, and just knowing that they're capable of finishing those games off now, and it'll help with having a lot more support around them. The level around them is obviously improved. That'll naturally help it, but then them just having been in those situations now and knowing how to finish it off.
With so many new faces, how have you seen the interaction between the vets from last year and the new group that's come in?
Yeah, I think just the veterans being able to show them the way, and it's not just all coming from the coaching staff. That's been a huge part of the transition. Anytime you have that piece in place, it helps tremendously because not only they get it from us, but then they get it when they leave the gym and they get it after hours. And we have 3 great returners who really know what we're about, and they can relay and share that even off the court.
Who are some of the new faces that the fans should be looking for at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think, we could throw out a lot of names here, but a lot of them are going to contribute. I think Alexis Tucker should help us right away, a freshman who has a lot of great basketball instinct, is just learning this level. Then obviously we spoke about Boogie already. Jonna Johnson will make an immediate impact with her ability to see the floor, her ability to score, her defensive quickness should be on display right away. And then, as we look at the rest of them, Emma, we've already talked about her, but several of them have an opportunity to contribute and help us out immediately.
Coach, what message do you have for the Lady Raider fans as they start coming to the games on Thursday?
Yes, thank you for that question. We're excited to get them back in here in large numbers. I mean, men's basketball is doing tremendous things, and they've been able to pack the place. We're looking to get our fan base up. We have a drive to get back in the top 10 in attendance this year, and we think we can make it happen if we can average 2,000 more a game, which is not much for this community who loves basketball. If they get out there and help us get that 2,000 more a game average, we'll be top 10 in the nation, and we're obviously working towards getting back to number 1, a spot that we previously held.
It was awesome. It was busy. Yeah, I got a lot better. Got to play with USA, and so that was an honor, and I wouldn't trade that summer for anything. It was awesome.
What did you take away most from being with Team USA this summer?
Just my physicality piece. I definitely needed to increase that, so I'm excited to implement that this season.
With the new girls that are coming in this year, what have you seen from them that's going to help this team this year?
I would just say they're fire. They've got a really high energy, and they also bounce back pretty quick as well. Like make a mistake, bounce back, try to get a stop. And that's something that the coaches have really instilled in us, so it's going to be good.
What's the difference between Coach Stallings in year 1 and Coach Stallings in year 2?
I would say she still has the same expectations and the same stuff like that for us, but just knowing her, like, and knowing that her system works is like really good, because whenever she says something, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to change that right now because I know that it'll work for better. So yeah.
Within the first 5 to 10 minutes of game 1 on Thursday, what are we going to see that's different from the team last year?
I would just say, I mean, everyone's pretty high energy, and so we're going to be running up and down the floor. And I know that we did that last year, but I think it'll be at another level this year. And then also defensively, I think we're going to be a really big presence. So it'll be good.
What have you seen from Sam Houston State so far this game?
Yeah, they're high tempo. They like to run the floor, and so that's going to be fun because we'll have to play like that. And we want to see who's the team in better shape, basically. And so that'll be cool. And then they also drive a lot, and so being able to keep the ball in front of us is going to be important.
What's the anxious level at amongst the team? You know, playing already. You see teams playing already.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah, we're anxious. We want to get out there and play. Like, we're like, man, they've already played 3 games. We want to start now. So yeah, we definitely want to play.
What would you go back and tell your freshman self coming into the Lady Raider program that you wish you would have known now than what you know now?
I would say, I mean, I definitely would have told myself to have a higher level of confidence, and then also get stronger. If I could have gotten stronger a lot sooner, I think it would have helped a lot.
How much stronger have you gotten this past year?
I don't have a number, but I can tell you it's a lot stronger.
How much do you think that's going to help you when you get to Big 12 play, having to face some of the bigger centers that are in
it'll
this league?
Yeah, it'll help me tremendously with rebounding, even defense, all of it, finishing when I get fouled and stuff like that. It's going to be really important.
Talking about confidence, obviously, team game, all about the team. Was it nice, at least the mindset-wise, to see that recognition from the Big 12 preseason for yourself?
Yeah, it is really nice. I worked really hard, and so it's really cool that they saw that as well. And I'm excited to just own it and prove it this year on the court. So.
Just our tempo. Last year we played very fast, but this year we're very, very fast, and you're gonna see us push the ball and just scoring a lot of buckets.
What do you like and what do you not like about basically starting your season almost a week and a half after so many other teams, not only in the Big 12 but just kind of across the country?
I mean, it's very hard just like seeing these teams play and like just watching, and we're like so anxious to get on the court and play. So that's the hard part, but I feel like just seeing everybody playing in the feel of how they play, and the new players, just watching them, is getting us ready for when we play them.
What have you seen from Sam Houston State on tape?
They're a very fast team. They like to push it in transition. They gamble a lot on defense, so we have to take advantage of that when attacking the basket and just being strong, getting to the basket and just taking advantage of our size.
Go ahead, Jeff.
What's the difference between Coach Stallings in year 1 and Coach Stallings in year 2?
She doesn't play no games this year. Last year was kind of like just us settling in and getting used to her, and us and her getting used to us. And this year it's just full go. She's ready to win. She knows what we can do, and she's just expecting a lot of us out of us this year.
How has your role with the team changed from year 1 to year 2?
I would say just being more of a vocal leader than by example. Just getting the team together, especially in tough times when things are not going good in that moment. Just being the one to come up and be like, hey, just worry about the next play, get a stop.
For you, any advice you have for some younger girls who are new to Big 12 and how to have success there?
I would just say just keep working on your craft. Never settle for what you have accomplished and what you can do. Just keep growing and getting better every day.
What are some of the emotions that you feel leading into that game?
I'm very anxious just to see the team play actually a different opponent than our male Scott guys, and just being ready to just taking the next step of playing other teams and the bigger picture of playing in March.
And like kind of validating sort of who you guys are, right? You've come so far, you've come such a long way. Does that game one sort of do a lot to kind of bring
Yes, most definitely. Like I said, practice has been really hard and just very intense. So just getting all of our anxious out in the game and just be ready to play and seeing what we can do as a team.
How was your summer?
It was really good. USA basketball helped me develop being a better leader. Just seeing all those amazing girls and talented girls leading, and I was just like, hey, I can do that too. Like just stepping up and picking up that vocal leading role.
I think the biggest thing from last year is closing games. Last year we lost a lot of heartbreakers. We didn't finish strong enough. We didn't finish like we were capable of. And this year we're better, and this year that's the plan. We're going to finish strong. We're going to win those tight games.
What have you done over the off season that gives you that kind of confidence going into maybe the final 5 minutes?
Putting in work, that extra little bit whenever you're tired, don't have anything left, that fourth quarter in your workouts, pushing yourself, getting past that wall. I think we've done that collectively. I think we've done that individually. And we're going to be good this year. We're excited. We've put in the work. We have the confidence for it.
A lot of new girls on this roster from last year's team. What have you seen for the newcomers?
I've seen a lot of maturity. I think they're handling well. I think they're coachable. They're obedient. They want to get better, and they're willing to get coached. They're willing to work hard. They're willing to get pushed past that wall, like I said. And so I think you're going to like what you see come Thursday.
Is there a difference between Coach Stallings in year 1 and year 2 so far?
I think a little bit, definitely. I think her expectations are just growing, and I think that's awesome. I think that's how it should be. And so expectations are growing. We're growing. So I think that combination is deadly.
With the new girls coming in, what are the vets been? What's their reaction overall been?
We're excited because we have girls that want to get in the gym, that want to work hard. We're fighting over gym time all the time and who gets to shoot when with who, and I think that's awesome. It's a great problem to have, and the work ethic makes a big difference.
So we know the difference we'll see in the final 5 minutes, and maybe in the first 10 minutes of the game on Thursday. What's the big thing that we're going to notice about this year's team relative to maybe last year's team?
You're going to notice how hard we play. We're going to be on the floor. We're going to be taking charges. We're going to be hitting shots. We're going to be making good decisions in transition. We're going to play faster, and we're going to be hitting a lot more threes this year.
So what you've seen kind of on tape from Sam Houston State, what do they bring to the table?
Obviously, they're athletic. They're drivers. That's something that our defense is going to have to take, and we're ready, and we're excited. Sam Houston State is going to be a good matchup for us.
Is toughness kind of that way, like maybe the mantra of the team this year?
Oh, absolutely. From physical toughness, mental toughness, all the way around. Like, we want to be tough, and that's how you have to be in the Big 12 to compete and to win.
How much more exciting does it make the season opener that it's at home?
Oh my gosh, so much more exciting. In front of our home crowd, in front of this community, we already have a lot of tickets sold, and so we're excited. Home court advantage is huge for us.
In order to take that next step in the Big 12, obviously you talked about the win improvement you had last year. What do you guys need to do?
I think the biggest thing we need to do is just kind of like we were talking about earlier, just be tough. Tough it out and make plays. We need to make plays and just do what we do. We've practiced it and we know what we need to do. We need to stay true to who we are and not get outside of that. And if we do that, we're going to win games.
How has your role changed with the team this year?
I think definitely stepped up as a leader has been a huge role change for me. That's been helping the new guys with whatever it is, getting an extra, making sure they know the expectations, making sure they know what it's like to play in the Big 12, making sure that they're aware and that they're ready and prepared. And so I think that me, Cece, and Britt have really stepped up to help lead that.
So what is that advice you give them about how to survive in the Big 12?
I think it's be tough, and I think you have to practice as hard as you play, and so you can't take days off. You have to be consistent because in the Big 12, everybody's coming for your heart, everybody's coming for your head, and so you have to be prepared and be willing to fight, and I think we have that fight in us.
You kind of hinted at it, but are you really tired of playing this team and ready to play somebody else?
A little bit, yeah. You know, it's always different when you suit up and you lace up against somebody that's not your own team. So I think we're real excited for sure, and to get a crowd going. And, you know, game day's different, so we're super excited to get out there.
Especially since it feels like it's an extra week that you guys have been waiting since everybody else has kind of got to start.
Absolutely. I know you see across all the scores, everybody's played like 2 games by now, and we're just hanging out. So we're ready to get going. We're excited. We're motivated. And we're going to see a lot on Thursday.